This is a demonstration of LEVERTON's AI-powered data extraction software. The LEVERTON platform is SaaS-based and is accessible anywhere where you have internet service. LEVERTON is a tool for taking PDF documents, whether of lease, insurance documentation, loans, data center agreements, or tax records, and converting them into a structured format that can be more easily and efficiently interpreted, whether by internal users, clients, or vendors, and then pushed from the LEVERTON platform into the end system of your preference, as well as viewed internally in LEVERTON's Explore user interface, which makes it easier for users to understand and access data otherwise trapped in official documentation. Let's go ahead and take a look at how you upload documents into LEVERTON, and then we'll proceed to the Explore application where you can begin to understand the value of a structured database. To begin with, the import application is where documents are uploaded to the system. To upload, you simply drag and drop a document into the bottom left-hand corner, as we can see here. I can then select the language of the document such that the character recognition software will successfully read and interpret it and turn it from a plain PDF document into a machine recognizable text, such that you can also copy and paste from the document, even if it is a scanned or old version of the document. LEVERTON software supports 25 different languages at present and can thus interpret 25 different types of languages in the software. I can see now that the new document I've uploaded is undergoing OCR. Now that it's turned blue, the document is ready for classification. So let me just drag this over to the portfolio on the right-hand side, where I can reclassify it according to its type. This is a lease, so I'll go ahead and identify it as a lease. And I'm now ready to start extraction. This begins the AI process of reading the document and interpreting the text. In other cases where leases or other documents may contain a set of different PDFs, we are able to integrate all of the documents into a single abstract so that the view you have of the lease in question is whole and entire and representative of the current state of the lease and not simply the most recent amendment document. I can see now that my most recent upload has processed and is ready and available in the Explore application. So therefore we'll want to transfer over to the Explore document, the Explore application. The Explore application is where you can go to view and get a better understanding of individual and aggregate data about your portfolio of documents. Here on the right-hand side, we can see the original document I uploaded, and in the center we can see a table of contents of the abstract, so I can navigate to any particular section efficiently and easily. Because the AI is reading and interpreting the document, it links each piece of data it pulls from the abstract back to the original document so that you can navigate and quickly identify the source of any piece of data in the platform, allowing for a higher degree of certainty and confidence among your user base, and a quick location and better interpretation of more complex clauses. For instance, if I want to know more about the options here, I can see that there are multiple extraordinary termination clauses in effect. And if I want to gain a more particular understanding of the clauses which would classify as an extraordinary termination, I can simply click and see, for example, that there's an eminent domain clause, which is effective on both parties, and that the damage and destruction is likewise available for both parties. If I want to begin looking at the data in a more complex fashion, looking across leases, I can go to my table section here, where I can begin to parse out data in aggregate. So for instance, if I want to know those options for all of the leases, I can go ahead and I can create a report of which leases have these various options and save it to begin seeing in the system which presently have them. So I can see my portfolio of 129 leases contains 6 leases that have an expansion option with the click of a button. I can then get rid of that, and I can go back to seeing the whole set of options, filter to look for those that contain a ROFO provision. It looks like about 30, or a contraction option. If I want to look at the upcoming dates in the calendar, I can just go ahead and click there, and that will show me upcoming events such as terminations or expirations. By selecting the date, I can go ahead and see when the lease is expiring. So I see here there are 2 in February of this year that expired. If I want to see where all of my lease documents are located, where my properties are, that is to say, I can select the map feature and begin to look and see which leases are present in which locations to get a better geographic understanding of my portfolio. Finally, because all of the data is now in a structured database, I can very easily transfer it from one output format to another, such that I can make exports of various abstract types easily available. I can do that in the reporting tab. So let's look for that lease that I worked on earlier. That was the Farnsworth lease. I can use my search function here to narrow down and identify the location of the document almost instantly. I can then choose to download a report. Leverton can create virtually any form of output that you are interested in using the structured data in the database. So here I'll use one of our sample abstracts. I'll then pull the report, and once it's completed, it will open up into an abstract that's generated automatically. Any lease or other document pulled through the system is able to output in the format of any abstract we create for you automatically. So there is no additional creation necessary once we have established a new reporting type. If I want to again see the source of a piece of information, I can very easily do so by looking at the abstract and selecting the field that I want to see more information about. For example, the term of the last rent charge. I can simply click that field, and a URL that is embedded in that will take me back to the source of the data in question, so I can get a better understanding of that term, as well as download the document easily to provide it to the counterparty. In addition to the reporting functions here, since all of this is in a structured format and entirely comprehensible from one lease to the next, we can fairly simply establish an API connection from the Leverton platform to the end system of your choosing. Some of the most common ones that we have established API connections to or created ETL exports for are MRI and Yardi, as well as Lease Admin and other systems. Here we can see that my page is now loaded, and I can see the end date of the last charge as it pulls from the lease. If I wanted to provide that to a party in the hypothetical event of a contestation of the lease document, I could simply download it by clicking the download button here, and you can see the lease is now available in my private document collection for email. That concludes the demonstration. please reach out to Leverton if you have additional questions about what the tool can do for you.